Hey, let me talk to you real quick. See, there's a different kind of power that don't come from muscles, money, or status. It comes from calm. The world don't really understand it because everybody addicted to noise, everybody reacting, everybody got something to prove. But when you reach that place where you ain't moved by what's happening around you, that's when you step into real strength. Calmness power, homie, is that stillness that come after you've been through hell and learned how to keep your head straight. It's that energy that don't shake when people test you. It's that confidence that don't need validation. You see, when you calm, you're dangerous because people can't figure you out. They can't control you with emotions. They can't throw you off your path with distractions. You become untouchable, not because you act tough, but because you're so grounded that the storm don't even move you. The loud ones, they're usually the ones uncertain. They're trying to convince themselves. They want to be seen. They want to be felt. But calm men, they already know who they are. They ain't got to announce it. Their silence speaks, their presence speaks. You walk in a room and people feel your vibe before you even open your mouth. That's power. You know, it's crazy. The calmest man is usually the one who's seen the most chaos. He's been betrayed, he's been doubted, he's been broke, but he learned how to breathe through all that pain. He learned that emotion don't solve nothing, discipline does. And when you move from discipline, not emotion, you stop being a pawn in other people's games. That's what most people miss. Calm don't mean you don't feel things. It means you master how to handle what you feel. You don't let anger speak for you. You don't let fear make your choices. You let wisdom do the talking. Every time you react, you give somebody your power. Every time you stay calm, you take it back. That's how you build control, not by fighting the storm, but by learning how to stand still in it. Think about how much energy people waste on reacting, arguing, clapping back, chasing, proving, defending. All that movement, but no direction. Calm gives you clarity. It slows the noise down so you can hear your thoughts clearly. When you calm, you can see who's for you and who's against you. You can spot manipulation from a mile away. You can feel when somebody's trying to play with your energy, and instead of feeding it, you step back. You protect your peace like it's money, because it is. Peace is the most valuable currency out here. And look, when you calm, people start watching you different. They wonder why you don't react. They wonder why you don't get emotional like they expect. It messes with them because most people used to control others through emotions, anger, guilt, fear. But when you don't move off that, they lose power over you. You become the one in control. And that's why calm people always end up leading, not because they try to, but because people naturally follow energy that feels safe, that feels steady. You ever notice how when you calm, everything starts working smoother? Relationships, business, even your thoughts. You stop rushing outcomes. You stop chasing people. You start attracting what's real because your energy finally aligned with peace. Chaos can't live in peace. It suffocates there. That's why calm people always attract attention. They bring something rare. But this kind of calm don't come easy. It's built. It's earned through every loss, every failure, every situation that tried to break you and didn't. You got to go through the noise before you learn to love silence. You got to lose control before you learn the value of it. Once you understand that, you stop moving like a victim of the moment. You start moving like the author of your life. So yeah, calm ain't weakness, it's control. It's the highest level of power. It's when you stop fighting everything outside of you and start mastering everything inside of you. When your emotions serve you instead of enslave you, that's when you free. And when you hit that level, you stop chasing respect. You command it. You stop forcing people to see your worth. They feel it. Because your calm tells the story that you've been through something, you learn from it, and now you ain't letting the world move you unless it's in purpose. That's power. That's peace. That's the type of energy that can't be fake, can't be told, and can't be broken. When you calm, you already won. Let me tell you something most people get wrong. Masculine energy ain't about how loud you talk, how tough you act, or how many people you can intimidate. That's ego, not strength. Real masculine energy move different. It don't need an audience. It don't need attention. It's quiet, steady, consistent. It's that energy you feel before a man even opens his mouth. It's his presence, his discipline, his focus. That's the real power. See, a lot of people confuse noise with impact. They think yelling makes you heard. They think showing off makes you respected. But all that loud energy fade quick. It's temporary. True masculine energy is in control. It's in how you move when nobody's watching. It's in how you handle chaos without losing yourself. You don't gotta bark when you know you can bite. You don't gotta flex when your results already speak. The thing about real power is it's silent because it's secure. You don't see the ocean bragging about its depth, but you feel its weight when you stand near it. That's what masculine energy is like. It's calm but commanding. You don't have to prove nothing because it already know what it is. That's what separates men who lead from men who just talk. You can always tell the difference between a man chasing validation and a man grounded in purpose. The one chasing validation always loud, always reacting, always needing to be right. But the one moving with purpose, he quiet, observing, strategizing. He ain't moved by emotions, he's guided by vision. That's the difference between boys and men. One needs attention, the other builds legacy. Masculine energy ain't supposed to overpower people, it's supposed to stabilize everything around it. When you walk in a room, your energy should bring order, not chaos. You should make people feel safe, not tense. You should bring direction, not confusion. That's the kind of presence that makes people respect you without you saying a word. And you can't fake that. It comes from the way you live, the way you think, the way you carry yourself when life get heavy. See, a man that's always talking about what he gonna do, he probably ain't doing much. But a man that's actually doing, he too busy making moves to explain himself. He don't argue, he execute. He don't compete with people, he compete with his potential. That's masculine energy, the kind that don't seek validation, but naturally gets it. You know what's powerful? When you stay grounded while the world trying to pull you out your lane. When you don't respond to every insult, don't get caught up in every argument, don't chase after every opportunity that don't align with your vision. That's discipline, that's control, that's strength. And that's what true masculinity look like, not loud, not aggressive, just focused and unshakable. It's like this, masculine energy is the sun, not the storm. The storm comes loud, fast, destructive. It gets attention for a moment, then it's gone. But the sunrise every day, quiet, steady, consistent, bringing life and direction. That's the type of energy that lasts. That's the type of energy that builds something real. When you're moving with that kind of energy, you stop caring who notice. You stop explaining your silence. You realize your power is in what you don't react to. The more you grow, the less you need to prove. People who truly got power, they move with grace. They don't need to show force because they already know they got it. Real masculinity ain't about control over others, it's about control over yourself. If your emotions control you, you ain't strong, no matter how loud you get. The real test of a man is, can he stay composed when life hit him hard? Can he stay grounded when things fall apart? Can he lead with vision instead of ego? Because leadership don't come from dominance, it comes from discipline. You're gonna be respected, stop trying to be loud, be consistent. Stop trying to be feared, be firm. Stop trying to be liked, be real. The world got enough noise, what it needs is stability. That's what masculine energy brings when it's authentic. So keep building that calm strength, keep mastering yourself. Let your results do the talking. Let your peace confuse people. Let your silence intimidate, noise. You don't got to shout to be powerful. Your presence should already say everything. That's the energy that lasts. That's the energy that builds empires, that raises standards, that changes everything it touches. The kind of energy that don't move for validation, but moves with intention. That's how real men move. Quiet, focused, unstoppable. See, a lot of people don't understand this. Women don't fall for what you say, they fall for what they feel. You can talk all day, say the right things, play the smooth game, but if your energy off, she gonna sense it before you even finish your sentence. That's how deep the intuition runs. You can't fake that. Words might fool the mind for a minute, but energy speaks straight to the soul. You ever been around somebody and didn't say much, but you can still feel what they're on? That's how women move. They read your vibe, your tone, your pace, your silence. They see if your words match your spirit. You could tell her you confident, but if your energy nervous, she feel it. You could say you don't care, but if your action's shaky, she know it. That's why you can't build connection off talk. You gotta come from how you carry yourself. When you're grounded, calm, focused, women feel that. When you got purpose, they feel that too. It's not about being perfect, it's about being real. Energy don't lie. That's why you can meet somebody and instantly feel a pull. That ain't looks. That's energy alignment. And when your energy right, you don't gotta convince nobody to respect it. They just do. The truth is, a woman will test your emotions before she trusts your words. She'll push buttons, not to start drama, but to see what kind of man you really are. Do you fold when you're under pressure? Do you get defensive? Do you start yelling? Or do you stay centered, composed, unbothered? Because that tells her more than 1,000 compliments ever could. She ain't studying what you say, she watching how you move. That's why you got to build your energy before you chase connection. You can't pour from uh, an empty cup. You got to heal. You got to grow. You got to find peace within yourself first. Because if you move from insecurity, she going to feel that too. You might say you're confident, but she'll sense the desperation underneath. You might talk about being strong, but she'll feel that fear you're trying to hide. You can't fake frequency or energy. Always tell the truth. You want to know what attract women for real? Peace, direction, self-control. When you walk in a room and you're not thirsty for attention, when you stay quiet, but your presence fills the space, when you lead without forcing, that's magnetic. That's what women respect, because that kind of energy ain't built overnight. It's built from experience, from pain, from growth. It's the kind of energy that say, I've been through some things, but I mastered myself. And it's crazy because women will always respond more to how you make them feel than what you say. You can tell that she's beautiful, but if your vibe don't make her feel safe, it don't matter. You can tell that you loyal, but if your actions don't give peace, it don't land. The most powerful connection ain't verbal, it's emotional, spiritual, energetic. And once a woman feels your energy is steady, she starts trusting it without you even asking. That's why silence hit harder than talk sometimes. When you quiet, people can feel your truth. You let your aura speak. You don't gotta say I'm real. Your consistency show it. You don't gotta say I got direction. Your moves prove it. You don't gotta convince nobody you confident. Your calmness already tells the story. That's why women respect men who don't chase, who don't beg, who don't over-explain. Those men understand that energy either connect or it don't. And if it don't, they don't force it. You can't fake peace. You can't pretend purpose. You either got it or you don't. That's why it's important to build from within. Take time alone. Learn yourself. Heal your triggers. Because when you saw it inside, your energy changed. People feel it, not just women, everybody. You start moving different. You start attracting real ones instead of temporary attention. So next time you talk to a woman, remember, she hearing your words, but she feeling your spirit. You can't script authenticity. You can't memorize presence. You gotta live it. That's the difference between impressing and impacting. Words might get her attention, but your energy is what make her stay. That's why it's never about saying the perfect thing. It's about being the real thing. Be that steady energy that don't switch up when life get rough. Be that peace that don't crumble under pressure. Be that presence that make people feel safe just being around you. Because once your energy speak for you, you don't got to say much. They'll feel you before they even know you. And that's a language louder than words. The world gonna always bring chaos. That's just what it do. Life don't move in straight lines. It come with storms, distractions, fake love, pressure, noise. But when you build peace inside you, that chaos can't move you. You start realizing that the real battle was never outside, it was always within. Once you master what's inside, the outside can't shake you no more. That's when you find power. That's when you find freedom. See, most people spend their whole life trying to control the outside world, trying to make people act right, trying to make situation perfect, trying to keep everything in order. But that ain't life. The world gonna do what it do. People gonna talk, things gonna change, and storms gonna hit. You can't stop none of that. What you can do is build something inside you that don't break no matter what's going on around you. That's what real peace is. Not the kind you get from quiet rooms and perfect days, the kind that stay even when everything's falling apart. You ever notice how some people panic when things go wrong and others just breathe? That's not luck. That's training. That's self-mastery. When you've been through pain, loss, and pressure, and you learn not to react, but to respond, that's a level most never reach. It's not about acting tough, it's about being centered. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn how to surf them. A man with peace inside is dangerous because he can't be manipulated. You can't control somebody who don't move off emotion. You can't scare him with loss or bait him with approval. He not chasing validation, he chasing balance. He understands that peace ain't weakness, it's control. It's knowing that whatever's meant for you gonna find you, and whatever's not can leave without shaking your spirit. You ever see somebody throw dirt on your name and you don't even respond? That's power. You ever lose something big and you still sleep good at night? That's power. You ever look at a situation that used to make you angry and now don't even get a reaction out of you? That's growth. That's when you know you're starting to move different. That's when you know peace finally became your baseline, not your goal. When you got peace inside, you start protecting it like it's gold. You stop letting people's chaos enter your space. You stop arguing with fools. You stop explaining your moves. You start walking away from energy that don't match yours. Not because you're scared, but because you don't need to know it. You realize not every battle deserves your attention. Some things you let go just to keep your soul clean. That's how kings move. They don't fight every war, they choose what matters. They move with strategy, not emotion. That's the difference between a man who's led by peace and a man who's led by pain. Pain react, peace respond. Pain rush, peace plan. Pain explode, peace observe. That's what makes you unshakable. And the truth is, peace ain't something you find once and keep forever. It's something you choose every day. You wake up and protect it. You feed it with gratitude, with purpose, with discipline. You don't let small things take you off balance. Somebody talk crazy, you let them. Somebody doubt you, cool. Somebody leave, let them go. You can't lose what's meant for you. And if it costs you your peace, it was never worth it anyway. You gotta understand. Chaos tests your spirit. It's how the universe check if you really built for the level you're asking for. Every time life get harder, it's just asking, can you stay calm through this? Because if you can't stay calm here, you can't handle what's next. Every new level require a stronger peace. Every blessing come with a new storm, and you only survive if your foundation's strong enough to stand through it. So keep your mind still, even when your world's shaking. Learn to breathe when people try to pull you into drama. Let them talk, let them spin, let them drown in their own noise. You stay solid, you stay steady. You keep your eyes on the mission, because when the world get loud, that's when your silence becomes your weapon. When you carry peace inside you, it don't matter what they say, what they do, or what they try to take. You already rich, you already safe, you already home inside yourself. And that's something chaos can't touch. You can lose money, lose people, lose moments, but if you don't lose yourself, you ain't lose nothing that matter. That's real power, not controlling the storm, but knowing you don't need to. You already built for it, you already balanced, you're already unshakable. A lot of people lose themselves chasing approval. They spend their whole life trying to be liked, trying to fit in, trying to be accepted by people who don't even know where they're going themselves. But when you live like that, you'll never feel solid. You keep changing your moves just to please somebody else. You'll start shrinking your vision just to make others comfortable. And at the end, you'll realize you gave all your energy away to opinions that don't even matter. That's why you gotta stay grounded in purpose, not approval. Purpose don't care who claps for you. Purpose don't need validation. There's that voice inside that tell you, keep going, even when nobody see the work you putting in. When you locked in on purpose, you understand that your path ain't supposed to make sense to everybody. Some people gonna doubt you, some gonna misunderstand you, and some gonna straight up hate. But that's cool. You ain't doing it for them anyway. You doing it for the vision, for the message, for the legacy. See, when you move for approval, you fragile. Every compliment builds you, and every criticism break you. But when you move for purpose, you steady. You might bend, but you don't fold. You might stumble, but you don't stop. Because your reason for moving comes from inside, not outside. That's what gives you power. Everybody got opinions, bro. One day they love you, next day they hate you. One day they calling you real, next day they calling you fake. You can't build your identity off that. If you do, you'll be a different person every week just trying to match what people want to see. But purpose is timeless. Purpose keeps you the same through the noise. When people switch up, you stay rooted. When the crowd quiet, you still moving. When the love fade, your grind don't stop. That's the difference. You gotta know who you are and what you're here to do. Once you figure that out, you stop needing people to validate it. You start realizing not everybody gonna understand your path because it wasn't meant for them. They can't see what you see. They can't feel what you feel. They ain't supposed to. Your journey is custom built. That's why you can't compare it. You can't copy nobody else's blueprint. You gotta trust your own rhythm, your own timing. The kind of peace that come when you stop trying to impress people and start honoring your purpose. You stop rushing. You stop explaining. You stop begging for understanding. You just work. You just build. You just move with faith because you know real one's gonna see it when it's time and fake one's gonna fade when it's convenient. Either way, you good. That's what being grounded look like. Not chasing hype, not chasing attention. You move because you're supposed to not cause somebody watching. And when you live like that, everything changes. You stop forcing opportunities. You stop worrying about who's supporting you. You start realizing the only approval that matters is the one from the mission itself. That feeling of knowing you did what you were sent here to do, no matter who gave you props for it. A lot of people miss blessings because they're chasing applause instead of alignment. They're doing things for likes, not legacy. But legacy don't need likes. Legacy need patience, discipline, and faith. It's built in silence. It's built when nobody claps. It's built when you keep showing up, even when you're tired, even when you overlook. That's purpose work. That's real energy. When you stay grounded in that, you're unshakable. People can talk, people can doubt, people can disappear. You still rising. You're not in competition, you in creation. You ain't trying to be seen, you trying to be remembered. And that only happen when your roots deep. Because when storms come, shallow trees fall. But trees with strong roots, they bend, they sway, but they don't break. That's what purpose do for you. It keep you from breaking when life tests you. So stop chasing approval. Stop explaining yourself to people who don't understand vision. Stop trying to be liked by everybody. That's a trap. Focus on being respected by yourself. Focus on being aligned with what you came here to do. Let your work be your proof. Let your consistency speak. Let your purpose be the loudest thing about you. At the end of the day, the crowd always changes, but the mission don't. Stay grounded in that. Because when you're rooted in purpose, you don't need noise. Your silence start making statements. You don't need validation. Your results start speaking louder than words. You don't chase love, you attract respect. And that's when you know you're really living.